I'm in the dilemma of, do I accept not being the top priority? It's a tricky, you ask that question to any friend, and of course the immediate response is no. But I'm dating a guy who has kids from a previous marriage, and they are his top priority, which I encourage, respect, all of that. But how much do I accept in not being that top priority?
Tell me what top priority is existentially loaded. That's a heavy way to phrase that. Give me some examples that have come up where you have been moved from perch as girlfriend, as the chief woman in his life, to second or third or fourth tier.
Okay. So we're both very busy, so schedules are tricky. So already time is limited. And there was an instance before he was going on a work trip that we had planned to do dinner before. And that same evening, he ended up having to help shuttle one of the kids, which, again, I fully support that and want to encourage that. I think he's a wonderful dad. He's always there for them. But then my plans with him are always the first to get canceled.
How old are these kids?
They are 10, 8, and 6.
Okay. That's a tough age. There's a lot going on in those ages, right?
Yeah.
There's always a dentist appointment or a doctor appointment or a ball game or a theater thing. Like, there's a lot going on. Underneath this question, what is his relationship like with his ex-wife?
Great.
Okay.
I mean, they co-parent extremely well, which is, she had asked if he would assist with that, and he said absolutely, and clearly dropped everything to go do it.
So is it that you're second priority to her? Because the kids aren't the problem here. In that situation that you just put out there, the kids needed a ride, but mom didn't or couldn't or had something else pop up. And so he's not bailing the kids out. He's bailing her out.
Sure. Sorry, go ahead.
You go ahead.
So another example was when I was on the road and our schedules weren't matching up. I had called to touch base when I had like an hour gap, and his response was that he was just he texted back, which is also another thing, but he texted back that he was going to just hang out with his kids because that was his evening with them, because I understand that time is also limited. But that one doesn't involve the mom. So that one is just, he was choosing them over the quick connection with me. And I'm never going to ask him to not hang out with them or not spend time with them. But those are the things that if kids weren't involved, I wouldn't be accepting this behavior.
Sure.
From.
Yeah, it feels to me like there's a lot going on here. Because he can quote unquote, hey, I want to be spending time with my kids. But anybody can pick up a phone call real quick and say, hey, what's up? Hope you had a great day. Doing good? Awesome. I got the kids, so love you. Take care. Have a great night. Anybody can do that. So him choosing not to do that is not about the kids. He's using the kids in that process to not pick up the phone. And maybe there's a conversation you don't know about between him and his ex. It's like, hey, no other people yet. Or who knows? I just made that up. But that's silly. And also, he bailed out his ex. If they chose to get divorced and they chose to have custody arrangements, and they chose to, the kids stay here 1 week and here the other week, or here 3 days a week, or whatever, then if I can't pick them up, then it's my job to hire somebody or to call a friend or whatever. And it's easy just to call my ex. But we got divorced. We legally and spiritually separated.
Right.
And the kids become a proxy. So in one situation, the kids are becoming the proxy that he didn't really want to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
In another one, the kids are the proxy, like he's kind of bailing her out at the expense of the plans y'all made together. Here's the frustrating reality for you. None of that matters. What matters is, what do you want in a relationship? Do you have the courage to be very clear about what that is? And will you sit down and give him a roadmap of what that looks like from his heart to yours, from his head to yours? And then the scariest thing is, will he say, I can't do that right now?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it feels like y'all are avoiding.
Well, I did, after the canceled dinner plans, I did tell him I would appreciate maybe even just being brought into the conversation about that being the plan switch, that maybe that would help better than just being told I'm off the calendar, rather than saying, hey, this has come up. Could we reschedule? Or, making it a conversation rather than just being told that we're no longer doing what we said we were going to.
Mm-hmm.
And he's very receptive to that. I mean, he acknowledges that he, and apologizes that that's how he made me feel. Like he doesn't intend to do that. But I could see this replaying over and over again next time something comes up.
Correct.
Where
how long ago was this divorce?
I think like 3 years.
Okay. So
or
it's not
I guess
fresh.
separated 3.
Okay.
So
I'm wondering if he has
a
lot of parents separate and they have a tremendous amount of guilt in their own chest, and they respond to every. My kids make 50 requests a minute when I'm at home. Hey, Dad, can I have a snack? Can we go fishing? Can I have a party? Are you going to get a new truck? Let's get a new house. Like, it's always that. But if I'm operating out of a sense of guilt, that I want to jump as high as I can whenever they call.
Yes, I think that's it.
Okay. Maybe have that conversation. I love you and I've seen this in you. I feel like you're walking around feeling guilty for your ex, feeling guilty for your kids, feeling guilty for everything. Feeling guilty when I say, hey, I want to be a part of, when you cancel a plan for me, you feel guilty about that too. Like, I feel like you're just walking around guilty, and it's hard to anchor into somebody who's just feeling guilty all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
And then I guess then he has to work through that.
That's it. You can't solve that. You just have to decide, do I want to date somebody who's wrestling with that?
Mm-hmm.
But yes, it is right. He's
tricky.
It's very tricky. It's very, very tricky. Especially if you like everything about him. And it might be that the most attractive thing about him is his dedication to his kids.
Yeah.
In a world where dads just leave at the drop of a hat because they're weak and they're cowards and they're whiners, like they just leave. How amazing is it to see a good man who he even apologizes? God. I mean, what kind of guy is this, right? And also, it's right for him, if he makes a commitment to his children, that you come behind that commitment. They're little bitty. If they were 22, I would be having a different conversation.
Right. Sure.
Right? And have you ever been married before?
No.
Have you ever had, so do you have any kids of your own?
No.
Okay.
So it's a lot.
Well, it's a lot, but hear me say, my marriage is pretty dang good. It's not perfect by 100 miles, but it's pretty good. The conversation you and him are having right now, my wife and I have, and we only have 2 kids. So being in a relationship when you have 3 young ones running around is just, it stress tests the relationship, even if you have a great marriage. It's just hard.
Mm-hmm.
You, though, get to decide, do I want to be in this?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we got dinner plans. Well, suddenly the kid's sick. Plans are off. I got to go home. Oh, man, that sucks. I had a whole thing planned. That's my life. Or, hey, we got this thing going on this weekend. That's cool. Hey, somebody just called and wants me to fly out and speak at their business. They're going to pay this. Well, you have to go, but that sucks, right? That's our life right now. So I don't even know that it's, you throw divorce on there and you throw him starving for oxygen because he wants to just hold his babies every night before he goes to bed and he can't legally. And so you throw that stress on top of just the stress of being with somebody who's got 3 young kids. Even in the best of marriages, it's just hard. It's just a mess. So it's a daily, weekly, monthly, but especially a daily negotiation of what does today look like. And sometimes it is you choosing, I'm not going to get my feelings hurt when he just cancels plans to go grab his kids. That's just how that works when you have little kids. Hey, somebody just got sick. I got to cancel. That's me and my wife, right? And also have the conversation about the guilt. Have a conversation about these other things. I think it's worth investing in. But thank you so much for the call. Really appreciate it. Let me know how it goes. Let me know what you decide. Because I'm fascinated to hear what a single woman who's opting into a crazy life with 3 little ones, how that even goes.